So sorry for the slight delay, guys. We're getting our heads around Discord with all these new channels, and it's obviously new spaces and new technology, but it's all good. It's also another awesome week with AMAs. We've got a very special guest that has been very nicely timed this week. We launched our partnership this morning with MojoMoto, and we've got Lars on the call with us. And Lars, just to give you a bit of a sort of a layout of how these AMAs work, basically it stands for, as you know, like an Ask Me Anything. What typically the guys will do, or the community members, is they'll text in their questions on the general chat. And at the end of the session, we can just go through the questions if they haven't already been asked. And then we can just open it up to the forum. But this is really an opportunity for us to get a better understanding on who you are, what the project's up to, what inspired you, what kind of influences that you look around. I know you're also a very busy man this week. You're at the Copenhagen Fashion Week, and we couldn't be more excited, obviously, to be represented with yourself and MojoMoto. So I'm going to hand it over to you. Do you want to do a bit of an intro, who you are, what the project's all about, and what brought you into the NFT fashion world? So Lars,
yeah, sure.
Cool.
Yeah, first, thank you for inviting me for the AMA. My name is Lars. My background, just to do it quick, I'm educated as an art director and been working in the fashion industry for many years in Denmark. And 2 years ago, I started looking into the 3D digital space for fashion design. And now we are looking into all this NFT, of course, in the metaverse. It's super exciting future we are heading.
Yeah.
What we're doing right now is trying to connect the fashion industry into this digital space. As I see it, there have not been many NFTs for the fashion yet. There have been some, but for really high-end brands.
Yeah.
And of course, we will try to make it even more alive. We're hitting that you actually can wear this digital fashion NFTs as augmented reality filters.
Yeah. Yeah, I saw that at your stand that you got, where people can actually stand in front of a digital screen and you superimpose that digital clothing on top of them.
Yeah, it's there's been a lot of attention to this, much more than we actually expected, to be honest.
Yeah, I think any form of interaction like at a live expo like that is going to definitely attract foot traffic and is going to create a lot of chatter. So it's very, very cool. Where do you think, I mean, like you mentioned high-end brands getting into like the early adopters, right? So I think there was an NFT drop with Dolce & Gabbana, and they made millions and millions and millions of dollars for that particular item. I'm so excited that you are looking at mass adoption, and I'm also very excited about your price points that you've chosen to sell your NFTs on the SpaceSeven MojoMoto universe. What's your strategy around that? What's your pricing thinking? I mean, obviously it's mass adoption, but what's the end goal in mind here?
Of course, to spread the word about the opportunities with the NFTs for this industry. Right now at the fashion show in Denmark, so I'm right in the center where all the brands are at right now at this moment. So of course I want to showcase what are we able to do and invite all the brands into the space. Of course, before you sell an NFT, it need to have some kind of a value. So a no-name brand will not succeed with NFTs if they don't have something value to add to it. And that's definitely what we talk to the brands about. So they could do a collab with a big star, music artist, or whoever who have those kind of values. And then we can add that to the NFT as well.
Yeah.
For this specific case we're doing here, we have a collab with SIF. SIF is the fashion show, the brand, the name of the fashion show where we are right now. So that gives this specific NFT a value in this collab. And we see it's already selling. So that's super great.
Yeah. Look, you hit the nail on the head, right? So I think, we're constantly in sort of an interesting dichotomy between the opportunity to make money and the opportunity to spread goodwill and really, appeal to a wider audience. I mean, I go back to the sort of the fundamentals of Concordium and SpaceSeven. we've built it on proof of stake, which means very low gas fees, which means very easily or the easier potential adoption, right? So more people that can afford it can get into the space, and it becomes a mass play where it's a lot more inclusive. I think there's going to be, obviously, like any market plays out, right? There's going to be the ones that are trying to aggregate as much wealth and sort of centralization as possible. But firstly, I think your designs are awesome. Okay. I bought one myself. Of course, I had a little bit of an unfair advantage. I saw it coming down. I was working with you on the designs, but there was no ways I was going to miss out on that opportunity. And I think, you've minted enough. One CCD, anyone, that's SpaceSeven, subscriber or account holder can go out and buy one. I'm very excited where you can head off with this design concept. Now, I just want to use this as a kind of bridge into the metaverse, because I believe, like avatars, NFT fashion, there's going to be this beautiful amalgamation of these two type of driving forces of the metaverse. Where do you see those two roles playing with each other in terms of an avatar character and NFT fashion?
In many ways, actually, because the avatar part is, you mean like in the metaverse?
Yeah. So like you've got these projects like Ready Player Me, these companies that are specializing in basically like, a second life type avatar, digital representation of yourself.
But that's gonna explode very soon, because the whole fashion industry looking into how can they adapt into this universe and still be loyal to the brand values. And in this way, they can definitely do it, because you can do crazy stuff as long as it's digital, and you can start showing it in the metaverse where millions of people will see it. Just take like Travis Scott had like a live concert in Fortnite. There was like 27 million who follows this.
Yeah.
Just imagine if you sell you sell like a T-shirt from the band just right after or when it's going on. Just a few percent of the followers. I mean, that's a major business already right there.
Yeah, it's it's an enormously exciting opportunity for every type of business. I kind of think that every brand should have a go-to metaverse strategy. So, we used to call it a go-to market, now go-to metaverse strategy. We were talking about a similar project with Nike a couple of weeks ago. And they no longer actually care or worry too much about brand awareness. They don't. It's not a problem of them versus Reebok or anything else. They want to make sure that they're capitalizing on the next iteration of the internet, and how does a brand participate in that next iteration of the internet. So you're also playing in a very sort of like a cutting edge space. It's brand new. I mean, literally NFT fashion, in my opinion, will be the next kind of movement or wave to happen around NFTs. I think the first, obviously, example is art. Art is not that far removed from design, which is not far removed from fashion, right?
I totally agree on that. Absolutely.
And do you think, like from an art perspective, okay, so it's been awesome to see the new type of artists come on. We had a guy on our channel last week, and this guy is 20 years old, okay, and he's based in India, and he's now found a completely new hobby, lifestyle, revenue stream, and it's completely changed his life. And he said, like, the pandemic obviously forced him into being a type of creative entrepreneur. But do you think, from a fashion design perspective, are we going to see new designers coming in, maybe like having a better opportunity to grow a label or brand themselves, and compete with the likes of like the Calvin Kleins and the Dolce and Gabbanas and the Louis Vuittons?
That's one of the really big game changers in this industry, because anyone who is creative can just start their own brand. If they have like the skills to do it really cool and make some brand values, they can earn super much money on this and really get big, no doubt.
Yeah.
In the physical world, you need investors to back you up before you even can get the first collection out, because it costs so much money. Here, you can just be creative at the moment, and you can mint it.
Yeah, but okay. So I think it also comes back to like, what is the actual intrinsic value, right? You mentioned something early on about value, and obviously the brand has a certain brand equity, right, that you can assign value to.
Yeah.
But what do you think, and just in terms of like, and this is something again we try to repeat. I know it can come across as a little bit of repetitive, but how do you build a habit through repetition? Is the actual utility value or the utility use case of an NFT? What are you guys thinking of in terms of the utility offline potential value that you can derive to the digital ownership of an asset?
Oh, can you say that again? Yeah, I think you no, just the last part.
Sure. So what are you guys doing just in terms of the overall longer term offline value or utility that could be drawn from owning one of your digital assets?
Um, I mean, the value is the most important. Even if it's like in an NFT or in the physical world, if you don't have value, strong values into the brand, you don't really have a brand, as I see it.
Mm.
So that's the same rules as I see it. The big difference is you can on the digital world you can do it so fast and you don't need like a whole army to help you.
Yeah.
And that's the big game changer here.
Yeah.
So if you're a creative artist and you have the skills, you can easily build up that brand because you are the one who bring the values into the brand,
Yeah.
the story, everything. And that's what branding is about. So
Yeah.
if there's no story, no value, the brand is nothing.
Yeah. Look, I mean, as a marketer, I think we both share the kind of commonalities between storytelling, right? And no, there's no better way to be able to tell a story if you redefine the laws of physics, and what that presents itself in is the metaverse and NFTs and a new type of business model. I think it's an amazing space or time to be alive, really, from being in a potential young entrepreneurial role. You're
Yeah.
100% right. Anyone can participate, but there are obviously budgeting concerns, right? So you do need certain software, you do need a certain production house or creative, you need designers. How did you guys approach the business planning side of what you've done?
Um, I mean, my background is a designer, so those skills I of course do myself. But we have, of course, a team of 3D designers and motion graphic designers to help us to do all the work about it. I'm sorry, did I misunderstand you?
No, no,
Misunderstood
no,
your
no, no.
question?
So yeah, you've got a team like behind you, which is 100% awesome. But like, how would you go into it from like an entrepreneurial point of view, thinking about profit and loss? You've obviously going to incur production costs. How would you approach it? How would you start off getting into the space, like considering that a lot of people might not have a production team behind them?
Yeah. Of course, keep it super simple. And if you're able to do the 3D design for fashion tech, that's of course really good. But that would be the first thing to hook up with someone who got the skills to work in, example, Clo 3D,
Mhm.
which is a fashion 3D software. Um, of course, if you need someone to do the graphics, you need a graphic designer to help you on that. But mostly, as I see it, the really creative artists who work within the fashion, they are quite good to get those skills themselves quite fast.
Yeah. Um, I'm not from a fashion design background, of course, very different background. But do you think there's an opportunity to, and I probably know the answer to it, but surely there's a lot of universities around there with students trying to get a portfolio up and running?
Mm, I'm not sure actually where that is.
Yeah. I'm sure there's a lot of room to collaborate. We just got to find the right pockets to do so. Okay, so you.
Absolutely, yeah. That would actually be super nice if we have like a network connection community somewhere. Um, Specific on this. That would be really nice, but I'm not aware of that.
Yeah, I mean, go back to SpaceSeven's community. That is definitely part of what we're trying to aspire towards, is not only just a place between buyers and sellers, but also remember our mantra around creativity and making connecting the dots, so to
Yeah.
speak. I think it will eventually organically turn into a place where people can collaborate on projects.
Yeah.
There'll be the business people, there'll be the creatives, there'll be the accountants, and hopefully we can create an environment where everyone can learn from each other, collaborate, mutually share in those successes. And that at the end of the day, the stronger that is, the stronger the SpaceSeven community is, and in turn, the stronger the SpaceSeven brand is, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
So that's a good idea. I think. Look, I mean, if you're also if you're on the lookout for talent and all that kind of stuff, we would love to be that breeding or hunting pool for you, which is very cool as a potential option. You started off with jackets, okay, and I think the designs are awesome. I got myself a black one. I'm just like a Johnny Cash man. Black is the only color, really. But what's next? What are you guys thinking of in terms of what kind of wardrobe or fashion show are you thinking of?
Oh, the cool thing about when it's digital, you have no limits. So you can add anything to that style. You can add movie clips into it, animation graphics and everything. You can make it. It's a full body suit. You can make birds flying around you. So there's actually no limits at all.
Yeah.
That's the super cool thing about it. So to be honest, I have no idea where this is ending because there are so many possibilities.
Yeah. I made a comment to you yesterday, and I still think we should do it. Or we should definitely buy a piece of land in the metaverse, wherever it is, be it Decentraland or Sandbox, or
Yeah,
maybe if one day we get into that arena, which won't be this year at least. But
yeah.
there's going to be, I think, a very cool option. You said something about a concert, 27 million people attending. Can you
Mm.
imagine a physical concert in the offline world of hosting 27 million people? No,
Uh,
definitely not. Obviously, with potential outbreaks and not enough ablution facilities, right? So, 27 million people presents an enormously attractive commercial opportunity. It also redefines space and time.
yeah,
I think there would be a very cool option for us to investigate what that looks like in the metaverse for you. Have a fashion show. There could be some really cool collaborative projects that we could investigate down the road.
absolutely, absolutely. Well, I mean, the future is so interesting in this area, and we have not even seen the beginning yet. It's there will be so many possibilities, and the software will be easier to use. There will be a lot more possibilities to get access to help you to build up your own brand. If
Yeah,
we are talking like fashion,
yeah,
um, I'm pretty sure soon Adobe will come up with something that will make it super easy. So if you're like a graphic guy, you actually don't need to worry too much about how fitting should be. You should just have like templates that's super cool. You could choose this template, you can mix it with this template, and then you could put your graphics on it. Because mostly graphics is 80% of that gives a value to the specific style.
yeah, yeah.
So for artists, there's a lot of new opportunities to work with this. Absolutely.
Yeah, and I mean, you mentioned Adobe. Like, if these companies, over the last couple of weeks, we've had announcements from YouTube. Obviously, Meta. Facebook was kind of the first behemoth to make the move into a massive change in direction, in change in direction and strategy. Adobe and these other software providers, if they aren't thinking along these lines, are ultimately going to become dinosaurs, right? Relics.
Yeah, yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
And oh, sorry.
No. I mean, it's obviously, from a technology point of view, it will become a lot more accessible. From a pricing point of view, it needs to become a lot more accessible. The biggest challenge that blockchain really has had until very recently is user experience and user onboarding.
Mhm.
What's been your experience so far? Like, I mean, obviously you're minting on SpaceSeven. What has that experience been for you guys?
Very positive. I try to mint on OpenSea and other platforms, and on SpaceSeven, this has been so easy. It took my what did I spend an hour to upload the whole collection?
Yeah,
That was pretty quick, and the interface is very easy to understand. So I'm very positive about that.
thank you. Awesome. That wasn't necessarily a probing question, was it?
it was not.
I was looking for the positive, or I was going to cut you off. I was going to stop recording. It was going to be negative. Thanks, Lars. That's awesome. I mean, obviously, I was very excited about this partnership. I think we also managed to pull it together relatively quickly.
Oh yeah, that was. I think was that world record we just did.
We did. It was a week turnaround. So we briefed on Wednesday last week, and we live this week. So I have to buy my dev and designer teams some muffins or something down wherever they are in the world, and bribe them back to liking me again. But that's how we grow, and that's how we, the pace at which we need to operate in. So it's been an awesome week, obviously working very closely with you. But now we've got this environment, we've got this universe that's obviously customized for your needs. We need to keep going. We need to obviously push the right eyeballs to it. But I think your pricing strategy, once again, is just enormously on point. It's just it's hard to say no to something like that. It really is, right? So I think you would be absolutely mad not to want to buy one. And anyone with a SpaceSeven account needs to go and get one. So very, very clever strategy. Are you going to be looking at scaling that price, or is it going to be something where you're very comfortable at keeping it, a few CCD or thereabouts?
Oh, I think that definitely depends on who I collaborate with. Because of course, if I work with a really high-end brand, they need to have a different cost strategy. But for this is perfect, and it's a super great way to get the information about these possibilities out to the whole industry in Denmark, the fashion industry, because they are all collected right here at this spot, the next day.
Well,
and so far been a lot of attention to it, so it's very positive.
Awesome. Well, I know that we're also going to give away some NFTs. I've just taken a screen grab of everyone on the lounge now. So if you're listening to this AMA, you're all going to get an NFT. We've got all your contact details. We know where you live. So no, I'm joking about that. We don't know where you live, guys. But everyone on this AMA session on Discord is going to get an NFT. So you, Lars, have been very generous in the fact, Sino's laughing. So in the fact that you believe also in giving back, which is awesome. So that's some good news, right? We're going to give away some NFTs to whoever's on this AMA.
That's super good news. I'm super happy.
Yeah, no, I think it's cool. I mean, one day what we should be doing, I quite like the hybrid model also. Next time I buy an NFT from you, I'd like a physical jacket delivered to my doorstep. Thank you very much. Because it's, I'm not used to this cold in Europe. I'm still getting used to it, but that jacket would be super awesome right now.
Which jacket? I didn't hear you.
The NFT jacket that you've just done, the designs that you've just
done. Oh, okay. Thank you.
I need one in the physical world.
That would be amazing, but I think it would be quite difficult to produce, to be honest.
I know that. But maybe in time, right? In time.
Yeah.
And then maybe we can even look at custom, NFT designs, drag and drop options where people can, create their own type of design on top of a template maybe that you produce. There could be some cool creative options around that.
Yeah, definitely.
Almost, like a T-shirt, and I hate this example, but a T-shirt printing shop where people go in, hand a JPEG to someone and say, "Hey, I'd love this on something." That could be a cool angle for us to explore. That's
definitely, yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
Okay. It's only an half an hour AMA. It's obviously just hey, how you doing? Who you are? What's up? And an introduction to the project. We've only just begun, really. This amazing partnership, but it's very exciting. Is there anything else that you would like to maybe bring up, talk about, conclude on?
I think I'm good. No, really.
What time do you finish up at the expo today?
In a half an hour.
Okay, cool. So, and you there for a full week?
Yeah, till Friday.
Okay, awesome.
Friday.
Cool. So we'll publish this, whoever's not able, obviously, because there's different time zones we work with, but whoever's not able to join this call, we'll obviously publish this and strongly encourage you guys to go down to the Copenhagen Fashion Week. Where is it again hosted?
It's called SIF at the Villa Center. So if anyone located near Copenhagen, just come by and see what we're doing. Yeah,
Yeah, I,
definitely.
I strongly encourage that, and I obviously would be great to meet you. And I'm sorry once again not being able to fly down or fly up, rather, in terms of geographics. Depends where you're on the planet. But yeah, it's definitely something that has garnered a lot of attention. I know Lars Sears came to your booth today. He sent
Yeah, he
us
did.
videos, so he's also very excited about this, and I'm thrilled to see where we can head off into. Maybe we should be talking to e-commerce partners and see if they're willing to partner up, because there could be a big play there, right? So awesome, Lars. It's been an absolute pleasure having you on. Thank you so much for obviously pulling yourself away from, I know, which is going to be a busy week of your life. So we really appreciate it, spending time with us, telling us a little bit more about you, a little bit more about your project. And yeah, thanks again once, for obviously offering the free NFTs to whoever's listening. And I think we'll even continue to run some promotion, right?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, and thank you for collaborating. It's been great so far. So yeah,
Thank
super
you.
happy. Yeah,
Awesome. Lars, have a great day. Good luck for the rest of the day at the expo. And yeah, I'm sure I will be talking to you very often on WhatsApp or any other forum that we choose.
you're welcome. Call me anytime.
Cool, mate. Thank you so much
All
for
right.
joining. Okay,
Bye
guys.
bye.
Cheers. Okay, guys.
Bye.
Thank you so much for dialing in. If you're on this call, if not, obviously this recording will be distributed. Thank you. It's been an amazing week so far, and this is the kind of pace and the tempo you can expect from us. So very exciting roadmap, obviously, of speakers, of partners that are coming in. And yeah, it's just an amazing time to be alive, and an amazing time to be part of what will be, I believe, the next biggest NFT marketplace or NFT movement that you're going to see. All right, guys, thank you so much for your time. I know it's valuable. Also, I look forward to the next session that we'll have. Cheers, guys. Thank you.